Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading Exodus 15 of the King James Version Bible, and it reads, Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war, the Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, hath dashed in pieces the enemy. And in the greatness of thine excellency thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. And with the blast of thy nostrils the waters were gathered together, and the floods stood upright as an heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. Thou didst blow with thy wind, and the sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Thou stretchest out thy right hand, the earth swallowed them. Thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold of the inhabitants of Palestina. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab trembling shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Fear and dread shall fall upon them by the greatness of thine arm. They shall be as still as a stone, till thy people pass over. O Lord, till the people pass over, which thou hast purchased. Thou shalt bring them in, and plant them in the mountain of thine inheritance, in the place, O Lord, which thou hast made for thee to dwell in the sanctuary, O Lord, which thy hands have established. The Lord shall reign forever and ever. For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea, and the Lord brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. And Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand. And all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. And Miriam answered them, Sing ye to the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness, and found no water. And when they came to Marah, forgive my pronunciation, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord shewed him a tree which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them, and said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. And they came to Helim, where were 12 wells of water, and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. Okay, guys, so you see here in this chapter, the children of Israel were singing and praising God of his awe, and then just like that, mere 3 days, they've gone without water. Yes, I understand they must have been thirsty, because I would be thirsty after 3 days, but you saw God's awesome power, right? You had a first-hand experience with God's power, and you are actually murmuring. For 3 days you haven't gotten water. You're murmuring after seeing God's power, the magnitude of his power. Really, guys? I mean, children of Israel, they remind me of certain Christians who let me question my faith at times and be like, God, why are people like this? Why are your people like this? And I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just saying sometimes I myself, as a child of God, as a woman of God, will see my fellow believers and the way they act at times. I have to sit and I have to say to myself and ask God and say to God, God, why are these people like this? They're supposed to be your servants. They're supposed to be serving you. They're supposed to be filled with your light. How then can they be so doubtful of you? How can they be so doubtful of your power? How can they be so doubtful of you? A simple thing as not having a job. You're murmuring. You lose faith in God. Guys, no, I remember such a time when I hadn't a job. And trust me, guys, that was one of the periods where I lacked nothing. When I started working, I was working much more than I was working before, and I still was not satisfied. I still did not have as much as I had when I was not working, and I was doing things for God, and it was an awesome thing. But then the human aspect of life creeped in on me, so I failed myself also and failed God. Yes, and I hope to get back to that place where I can actually give my all to God and not let anything come in between me and God, my relationship with God. Alright, guys, so those are my few words, and sorry I had to bring in my testimony, short and brief, but yes, and actually call out some things. But guys, sometimes you have to do certain things. It's not to harm, it's not to bash, it's just to bring them to the light, to bring them to the forefront so we can actually address them. Because this is what is happening. This situation is very relevant to today and a lot of things that are happening today, and so it had to be brought to the forefront at this point in time. Alright, guys, don't forget to leave your comments down below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification so you're alerted whenever a new audio video is posted. Have yourselves a blessed day. See you in the next audio video.